start with Connie. And Connie is actually the operations manager at local LA catering events for Legends at SoFi.
Hi everyone, my name is Connie. I work for local LA catering. So what that is Legends. We just went to like Florida to do the Cricket World Cup. So lots of exciting things with local LA.
Thank you. Margarita?
Hi everyone, I'm Margarita Hernandez. I'm the Director of Concessions at Crypto.com Arena and Peacock Theater in downtown LA. Get to work a lot of really cool events there with the Lakers, the Kings. Last year was our last year with 3 teams. So we had the LA Clippers, they're now at their new arena. And then the Sparks for the WNBA, and then all the concerts that happen there, including the Grammys. So I've worked 8 Grammy Awards.
So Margarita, what's your claim to fame that we always say you brought to crypto?
Digital and mobile ordering.
So you see, this education, it pays off for the industry. And finally, if we could welcome our most recent alum, Isabella Terres, class of 24, culinary administrator with Legends at Angel Stadium.
Hi, I'm Bella. Oh, thank you. I'm Bella. I work at the Angel Stadium, Anaheim. I'm the culinary admin, so I do all the staffing for all the chefs in the stadium. And I also am the little assistant to the executive chef, so I help him with his labor reports. I help him with anything he needs. And then in the off season, I can also support other stadiums like SoFi as well.
Thank you. Okay, so of course you're here because we want you to help get this group ready for what they should be doing to be in your seat someday. So Margarita, I'll start with you. What experience or experiences at the Collins College best prepared you for your current role?
I would definitely say doing the restaurant series here helped me the most. A lot of the practices and things we learned here with food costs, managing the kitchens, is something that I practice every single day. And having that preparation and working in a group environment, that's something that I do every single day, and managing both culinary side, the purchasing side, and the front of house side in my role, it was nice to see all of that culminate into one thing.
Can you give them a rough idea of how many dollars you manage?
Our business there at Crypto.com Arena does about $80 million in revenue from our fiscal year, which is October 1st through September 30th. My department alone, I do about $45 million that I manage.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Bella?
My peers while also being professional with them as well. That definitely helped me be able to have friends in the stadium while also being professional and working with them.
Thank you. I fear I know what you're going to say. The restaurant class? Connie was a TA.
Yes. Definitely the restaurant class. I think being able to rotate through all the different positions, it gives you kind of a holistic view of all the different parts that go into everyone's jobs to make any part of a business successful. And so I think that allows me to think about the other players and the parts when I'm doing my work. I have my job, but then I also consider what other people have to do. And I think sometimes that gets missed. And it just shows how important communication is, and knowing what everybody has to do to work together to make everything successful.
So since the restaurant class is pretty high up in the school numbers, 3,000 level, almost 4,000 level, can you tell us kind of what you learned along the way that made the restaurant class easier to manage? So what were the classes? Were there club experiences? Was there something that made that restaurant thing click for you and make it possible to walk on the floor and do?
For me, definitely Mama Bell's food costing class definitely helped a lot. And then also being a part of the culinary club. I don't know if it's still on campus, but the United Culinarians was very big when I was here. So that was really cool to work with that team and get a lot of back of house experience, because I first wanted to get into hospitality because I love being in the kitchen. So getting to explore that while being here and make friends and do different off-site catering events with that group was really fun for me.
Are you in the kitchen now?
I'm not, but every once in a while I get in there and I have to make hamburgers, french fries, and run a concession stand.
Why?
No, sometimes there's call-offs.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, Bella, what would you tell your Collins first year self looking back?
I would definitely tell myself to get more involved and make friends earlier on. I was kind of shy and I would commute to school, so I would go to school and then just go home. I wouldn't really talk to anyone or make friends. I really made friends my last year, and I definitely wish I did it sooner and immersed myself in the industry more.
Connie?
That was my exact answer. But definitely engaging more and networking with your peers. Some of my closest friends are people that I met at Collins, and really getting to know your teachers as well. They have an amazing staff here at Cal Poly and at Collins who really care about their students and want to make sure their students are successful, and I credit them with my success.
Did any of you think the faculty was scary when you were a student?
Yes.
Yes.
You could have waited a little.
Yes.
So how do you get past that? I mean, Connie's giving this group advice that they should get to know the faculty. Give them some advice. What should they do? How do you properly engage with the professionals to make it a mutually beneficial situation?
Well, I cried. I cried during my management week. And so I think that opened up the relationship. But no, just talk to your teachers after class, ask them for advice. You know, they've all been in our shoes as well, and have a lot of experience and knowledge that they can pass on to you. So just engaging with them and asking them for opportunities as well. They have a lot of connections and are invested in seeing everyone here grow as well.
We'll have Collins Kleenex made any day now. Margarita, what would you tell yourself, your first year self looking back?
I would tell myself to definitely ask a lot more questions. I think, like the other two panelists here, I was a little nervous as well starting, and a little bit more reserved. And looking back, like I've opened up so much more as a person who I am now, and just not being afraid to ask questions and talking to people, getting to know people, even if it's turning to the right and asking the person sitting next to you in a lecture and asking them how their day's going and getting to know those people, because you never know who you're going to meet, and those connections last a lifetime.
Give us an example of somebody you talk to regularly from either your era or that you ran into and that's a Collins employee, Collins grad, that's an employee where you are today. How do you engage?
There are a lot of Collins grads at SoFi, so I see them every day. We work together, and another alumni, she was the one who helped me get to my position today. So I think, you know, just when I first met her, she was my manager, and she was like, "Oh, you're a Collins grad?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Okay," like she kind of noted that. And then when opportunities arose, she recommended me, and I feel like the connections that you can make just from being a Collins grad can just really help you.
Either of you?
A lot of the managers at Angel Stadium are also from the Collins College, so it made it easier to connect with them and get myself more in the stadium.
For me, I actually did the restaurant series with 3 other students that were starting their roles at Levy Restaurants at the same time. We all got hired at one of the job fairs here back in 2014. And it's been really cool to see us grow together in the 10 years that we've been working with the company. So me and one of the now executive sous chefs at Dodger Stadium have been friends for 10 years and have been able to help each other grow in our careers, both by helping each other out with front of house things, back of house things, and even just to have somebody to vent to and like talk about our daily issues with staff or struggles with an event, and then just being able to have that person to support you has always been really cool for me.
So let's see if they'll take your advice. Who has a question? Does everybody know what Levy is? Is there anybody in the room who doesn't know what Levy is? Raise your hands high. It's okay not to know. Would you like to know what Levy is? Okay, tell us.
So Levy Restaurants started back in 1972 when the family, the Levy brothers, were engaged by the White Sox to say, hey, we really love your deli. Your mom's cooking's the best. Would you like to come run our catering at the White Sox Stadium? They at first were very hesitant about it, and then they were guaranteed lifetime season tickets for the White Sox, and they jumped on that. So ever since then, the rest is history. We are one of the leading sports and entertainment hospitality companies. We're currently running the U.S. Tennis Open in New York. That's happening this week. That location makes $72 million in 2 weeks, and I've had the opportunity to run those events. I've done the Kentucky Derby with them, multiple baseball stadiums, helped open stadiums with them. So Levy's very big, very cool to be a part of, and has some very high-class events.
It would be wrong to not let you speak of Legends. So both Bella and Connie work for Legends?
Sure. So Legends, I know it started at Yankee Stadium in New York, and it slowly grew all over the country and across the world. I know they're in Spain, they're in England, they do most of the soccer stadiums in England. So it's big.
Yeah, they have multiple stadiums throughout the country, and Legends actually just acquired ASM Global, so entertainment venues are coming into the fold as well. So Legends has been a really great company to work for. I definitely need to brush up on my history of Legends.
Me too.
But I think one of the coolest parts is being able to see people grow within the company. I've seen interns who have become coordinators and then managers, and so it's a company that definitely promotes within, and there's a lot of growth there.
Okay, so I'll ask my last question in a formal way that each of you will answer, and then you all will have a chance to ask some questions. My question is, what's the best piece of advice you could give our aspiring hospitality leaders?
I would say it would be to trust your judgment. It's something that I'm still working on, but throughout your career or your time here, you'll come across things that you kind of doubt yourself with, and learning to trust your own judgment will help you go far. And I think a lot of times, especially in the hospitality industry, things happen and you have to find a solution immediately. And so really learning to trust your judgment and making those decisions in the moment, very important.
I'd say don't be afraid to put yourself out there and go to the career fairs that the school provides for you. I got an internship at Angel Stadium, and then I slowly made my way to management, and that's how I got where I am today. So the connections here are real, and you need to use them. It's the best way you can network yourself throughout the industry.
And what year should you go to the career fair?
Every year.
Thank you.
Every
I did
year.
prepare for that, I promise.
Yeah.
And Margarita, what advice would you give our aspiring hospitality leaders?
Definitely the same. Don't be afraid of the experiences, even if it's your first year and you're scared to be a part of a group where there's a lot of juniors or seniors or upperclassmen or people from other departments or colleges. It's about the networking. This is a great opportunity, specifically here at Collins with the family and network that they have. You want to take advantage of every opportunity you get here and go to all the job fairs, join the different clubs, see what you like, see what interests you, because you never know, you might find your career in something that you never thought you would have done.
Thank you. Okay, questions from the audience? Counting on Candace.
Okay, so I think that, hi, my name is Candace. I'm a senior here at Connie College. I have a question regarding the path that you guys have chosen. I know that we heard someone say that it was a career fair that got you an internship, but when you first got to Collins College, what did you imagine yourself, your direction, before you decided to go into school?
I thought I was going to go into catering because I had a catering job for 2.5 years. I always knew I liked the food and beverage industry, so I really want to do something with that. And then when I went to the career fair, I was speaking with one of the alumni, Carol, and she got me hooked on the sports industry, and I researched like crazy about it. And she sent me an email. She got me an interview with the director of operations at the stadium. And then I got that internship, and I did it for about 4 months. And then their culinary admin was leaving, and she thought I would be a great fit for the job. And then she recommended me. I had an interview with the executive chef, and that's how I got my job.
Either of the other of you?
Uh,
Always in the sports area?
for me, it was HRT 101 that inspired me to go into sports and entertainment. I had never thought of sports and entertainment as an industry in hospitality, really. I'm a huge sports fan. I grew up going to Dodger games, going to Kings games, but never put two and two together that I can combine my passion for food and beverage and sports. And now it's a dream come true being able to do those things together and create those experiences for guests that come to arenas for the first time or visiting the city for the first time or the country for the first time and fly thousands of miles to get to see LeBron James break a record.
Were you in that 8-hour bobblehead line yesterday?
I was not. I was hosting an event for our corporate team and then running a Sparks game afterwards, but I saw all of it.
Crazy. There's clearly demand in your field. Okay, who else has a question?
Hi, my name is Christina Jones. I'm a freshman. What was the transition like from college into the work industry?
For me, I was actually doing both at the same time. I was working at Dodger Stadium while I was helping in the restaurant class. I was a TA my last quarter, and I was managing both coming here in the morning and then going back to Dodger Stadium in the afternoon. So Chef Scott would let me out about half an hour early so that I can get ready, get to Dodger Stadium, and help run the events during the last spring semester quarter.
It was a pretty big transition for me. Upon graduation, I was in the Hilton Management Development Program, and I was relocated to Portland. So moved, and it was a really big transition, but it was also kind of seamless at the same time because during the program you get to rotate through all the different departments, and I would say my time at the restaurant class really helped me because I got to help out in the kitchen, and I kind of knew what I was doing already. Which was not expected of me. So I think it could be a big transition, but then I think the college really sets you up for where you're going.
Okay. My transition was pretty seamless as well because I was in school while I was doing my internship at the stadium. So my managers were really nice about it and they went easy on me. And then once I was done with school, I was in this internship full time. I was working like 10 hours a day at these games and it was pretty crazy, but this industry, the time goes by so fast and sometimes you never want to leave because it's something I enjoy so much doing. I love being at the stadium.
Is 10 hours a regular day?
For game days, yes.
Do you have to be a sports fan to love to work in the sports area?
No.
No.
Are you proof?
No. I love sports. I love
I'm not a
sports.
sports fan, but I love working.
Other questions?
Hi, I'm Abby. I'm a sophomore. Both as a student and as like a professional worker now, you have like a lot of responsibilities. So do you have any advice on how to manage the workload you guys deal with?
For me, we joke at crypto and say we're clocking in for our first job and then we clock out at 3 o'clock for our evening job. Because we usually start our days between 10 and 11 in the morning, doing all of our admin work. There's a lot of people management, the financials piece of it. For me, as I've gotten through this career and gone up in my career, it's been really about time management and like blocking out times for myself, using the features like on your Outlook calendar or on your Teams to really just put times for yourself to catch up on things, and then it allows people to really work around your schedule. So that's been something that has helped me because doing all the admin, it adds up, and then going into running an event, it comes up really quickly, and 3 o'clock pre-shift with your staff can be a scary thing if you're not prepared for it.
I definitely say make time for myself as well because some days you just want to lay in bed and just do nothing. So sometimes I'll do that. I'll get home after a 10-hour shift and I'll just sit in bed, watch a show, and that always makes me feel so much better and it gives me time for myself.
Same, make sure when you have your days off, you do just kind of let yourself do what you need to do, even if it is just laying there, because sometimes it's really necessary after the long days. But creating checklists and kind of just managing like what you have to do, and then just managing your time like that.
Anybody else?
My name is Sydney, and I'm a first-year transfer student. I know there's a lot of opportunities and a lot of opportunities for success and all that, but when you apply for your dream job and you get rejected, how do you deal with getting back up and applying for other jobs?
So I applied for the Marriott Voyage program and I got rejected, and that was really hard for me, but I just told myself to keep going and I'll find something and it'll be the right thing at the right time. There's always something for someone out there, and it might not be your dream job, but you'll find a job that you love. I was very hesitant about this internship because I didn't know what it entailed, and then I did it and I found that it's something I love. So just don't be afraid to try different things in different industries and just keep on going.
Sometimes I feel like I've heard people say like rejection is redirection, and I do believe in that. I have experienced a lot of like job rejections throughout my career, and I get really bummed about it. But it just means that that specific place or that position just isn't the right fit also for you. And I know it's hard to not take it personal, but you'll eventually find yourself in a place where it is going to be the right fit for you. You will be relieved that you didn't get the last one, because now you found yourself at the place where you feel like it is right for you.
So Margarita, you've moved up in your job. Can you talk a little bit about how you navigate that? Because there are a million options. So how do you figure out how to get in someplace where you know there's opportunity and navigate your way kind of in the direction that makes sense?
It's really looking at all the options. So when I finished my season at Dodger Stadium, baseball comes to an end in October, and the position was obviously no longer going to be available since there was an off season. There was an opportunity at Staples Center at the time for a manager role. I applied for it, and it was myself and 3 other people that were going for it, and I was lucky enough to get accepted for the role. And I had to really make a decision if this is something I wanted to do and go into arenas versus being at a stadium, which I love baseball. So it was hard for me to transition from that. But in the end, I ended up making a really good choice for myself because I proved myself there at Staples Center, and they fought to keep me there full time. Before, it used to be a lot of back and forth. So you'd be shared half the season at Staples, half the season at Dodger Stadium. And I was really one of the first ones to not have to do that. So I got to stay at Staples Center, where I was given a lot more opportunity to grow. And later on that summer, I ended up running my own department. And then I've been able to run my own department and grow a lot. And being available to my directors and asking them questions and checking in with them every single day, even if it was annoying for 15, 20 minutes, the fact that they saw me there, saw me engaged with the business and wanting to learn has helped me develop a lot, and is something that I always try to instill in the people that I manage now.
Hi, my name is Gabby. As we all know, we have to do service hours. How did you go about doing your service hours, and how did that help you get back into the industry or feel prepared for the industry?
I had a catering job, like I said, for 2.5 years, so that's how I got those hours. But it's just a lot of dedication to a job or an internship. If you want to do, you just have to find a job that you love and that you like. It can be an entry-level job and you'll get those hours, but doing those 800 hours, it gets you in this industry and it shows you how hard people work.
I had a part-time job while going to school as well, so I was working at a boat shop. So that's also how I got my hours, was just working a part-time job during school.
I did catering as well for 2 years. helping run the catering wedding operation. So I would be in the kitchen. So I got a lot of kitchen experience doing my catering job while I was here. And then I would help run like the cafe during the summer and during the week. So that was really cool. But trying different experiences and doing different things. I would do servers for private events, working with different like temp agencies as well, just because you can pick up shifts whenever you wanted to and still get really cool experiences and meet a lot of cool people as well.
Hi, I'm Michelle. I have a question. As the World Cup is coming up and the 2028 Olympics are coming up, how is your department or how are you guys preparing for those events?
So at Crypto.com Arena, we'll be hosting gymnastics. We've started walks with the Olympics back when LA was originally bidding for this. So that was really cool to get to see and like do tastings and walkthroughs with them. I didn't get to be a part of the World Cup, but my coworkers at the Rose Bowl did a lot of tastings and bids with that. They meet with FIFA all the time. So just getting to be a part of the big planning of it is really cool, and getting to see what like the future of sports and entertainment is going to look like in this city is awesome to see and know that we potentially be a part of those historic moments.
Hello everyone, I'm Liz back from Las Vegas. Question I have for you guys is, where do you guys see yourself
Hopefully retired. But short term, I definitely am working towards another promotion to be one of the main directors at the arena, which is something that hopefully can happen in the next 6 months for me.
I'd want to go up in the company and maybe even try out different departments and being a manager in another department. Since Legends is so big, I can kind of try and go anywhere I want to. So I think I'd want to maybe move someday and experience another state.
20 years is a long time from now, but I think hopefully I'll be better at balancing, work-life balance and see where my career takes me, but also have a really fulfilling personal life as well.
Hi, I'm Gina. I'm a fourth-year hospitality major, so I'm about to go start to interview and my next professional career. What are some interview tips you guys have?
That's so hard because I get really nervous, and so I'm really nervous during interviews, and I know it's hard not to be, but I think just try to calm your nerves a little bit and just be yourself. They're getting to know you, but you're also getting to know them and the company to see if they're also a right fit for you. So just definitely be yourself and answer the questions as you normally would. But I think personally, especially the way I was prior, I would like Google interview questions and then like write out answers to them already so that I would have experiences to draw back on or kind of be prepared for things that they would ask.
I'd say don't be afraid to talk about yourself. They want to hear about you, so just talk about yourself in the best way possible. Hype yourself up.
I do a lot of interviewing for managers and assistant managers and just different roles at the arena. The number one thing I look for, and unfortunately something that doesn't happen a lot, is update your resume and attach it to your application. If you do not attach a resume that is updated, I guarantee you I will decline to even keep moving forward with a candidate. Obviously, I know you guys have great classes here that show you how to do all that and have workshops for that, so you already have a great heads up. And like they said, it's a conversation. I hire based off of personality a lot of the time. Do you fit in our culture? Do you understand the company's culture? Really research the company you're looking for, what their values are, and does that align with who you are? That was something that was really important for me. Levy is very big on family and nice people, and that was something that I really loved. And that's why I chose the company, and that was something that I was able to speak to a lot when I interviewed. So just having an understanding and really researching the company as well is very helpful.
Hi, my name is Georgie, and I'm currently a freshman. One of my biggest
It's definitely very difficult. I work anywhere from 15 to 18-hour days now. Back when I was in college, it was definitely a little bit less, but just really managing your expectation of that. There's a lot of days where you don't get weekends off, but you get a random Tuesday and Thursday off. So you're always that one friend that's like, hey, what are you doing today? It's Tuesday at 3 o'clock, you free? And just finding a good group of friends that supports that and that career choice. A lot of my friends, they've done a lot of different things, but they're also know like, hey, Margarita's free on Tuesdays. Like we're gonna work this around her schedule, and it's really good to have that good support team as well.
I definitely say study with your friends because then you'll get your education while also being with your friends, and it'll make it so much better, and you'll carve out that time for your friends while also putting in the work.
I still struggle with that. But, kind of I like to create a schedule and like write down days I have work and like plan out when I'm going to be spending time with my friends. So if I know that on this day I will be off by like a decent hour, okay, cool, I can like schedule someone to hang out there or schedule time for myself. But it is a balance, and I think everybody will find their own balance with their own life. Just take some time.
It's not a work-life balance, it's your work-life balance, right?
Yes.
Margarita makes it a family affair. Her cousin graduated in the class of 2024 too. So if you have family members, we're anxious to have them. I guarantee it. So any last questions? Oh, good. Okay. We'll take these last two, and then I'm mindful of your class time, and we have a special guest.
Hi, my name is Chelsea Vasquez. I'm a first-year transfer student. My question is, based off your experiences with the career fairs, how would you, what's the best advice you give us for potentially becoming a career fair?
Follow up with the people you meet at the career fair. Jason, one of the teachers here, he told me to follow up right as I was in class, right after the career fair, and I did that, and that's how I got the email back saying, okay, here's the application, fill it out. So follow up with every professional you meet.
Agreed, and also just have conversations with the people that are there. They're in the industry and they have a lot of advice. And I remember when I went to a career fair and I was having a conversation with someone there, he kind of gave me suggestions on where I could go with what I wanted to do. And I always wanted to do events. And I wasn't sure exactly where I wanted to do events in, and he let me know like, hey, hotels has banquets, and that's something you should look into. And that's actually how I first considered hotel as an option for myself. So just having conversations with the people that are there.
Hi, my name is Jonathan Jimenez, and I was wondering, as someone who's, I'm a freshman, as someone who's trying or interested in getting into like the event space, what kind of extracurriculars would you recommend? Like internships or clubs or anything like that?
I remember there's the Event Planners Club. That's still around. Definitely join that. But I think a part-time job, like Margarita said, like a lot of temp agencies, they do catering for really cool events. You can work at the stadium sometimes, or you can even, sometimes they have like temp gigs for the Grammys or whatever. There's a lot of opportunities out there, and I think applying to jobs or taking advantage of the resources that are at Collins.
Thank you. So I think Carolina's idea to have an Inspire series is working out. You feel inspired? Yes. Excellent. I'd like to take a minute to recognize a couple of other campus leaders, Provost Gomez, and then maybe I could ask her what kind of interview questions I need to be ready to answer. And I'd like to invite President Coley up to talk with you for just a minute. You can see that careers are a serious thing to this leadership. They are here with you at lunch. They came for the dirty dogs, but I think they're here for you.
Oh, okay. not good to a program. I just first want to ask you to join me in giving a warm appreciation to your dean. This is, and I also, with the other administrators, with the faculty, with the staff, there's an investment in your success. There's an investment in your, not only your professional growth, but also in your personal development. I have a secret. The secret was that I didn't know in growing up and deciding to go to college, I didn't know there was something called hospitality management. But as I came to be involved and engaged in this college, and by the way, you have a terrific advisory board. These are people in the industry across all kinds of areas who are very invested in your success. And so I didn't know about hospitality management. And as a secret, if I had known about hospitality management, I probably would have majored in hospitality management because there was something about the range of options, but also knowing who I am in terms of caring and engaging with people and trying to make sure that people felt welcome. And so I just want to commend you and also recognize that we want to continue educating people about the range of options and opportunities in the field. And again, I just commend you, and I wanted to also have Provost Gomez to join us. And I want to really thank you for the candor and for the sense of how your own experience connects with the potential they're going to have. So I really appreciate your joining us. And I'm going to ask Provost to say a few words.
Just real quick, I'm so excited to see you all here today. I've been doing student success here for a long time, and I have to tell you, this college is leaps and bounds, don't tell the other deans, in front of the other colleges, and it's precisely because you're doing this. You're engaged with the career from the moment you land here. This is a phenomenal education you're going to get here. So thank you for choosing us. You're going to have a great time. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for being with us. Anybody else have questions for the greater group? You really learn by hearing from other people, or we're going to ask the alums to have a one-on-one as well for the group?
Yeah.
All right, yay.
I'm Cecilia. I'm going to my last year here at college. Are there any internship opportunities coming up that you're aware of?
At Levy, we don't do internships, but we are looking to hire a lot of supervisors and assistant managers for our premium and concession spaces. We're going through a lot of renovations, so we have some really cool food and beverage opportunities available there. So if anybody's interested in that, I will be more than happy to talk to you about that afterwards.
I'm not sure if we're going to have one yet for next year, but they tend to do it every year at Angel Stadium. So next baseball season, check in and see if there's something out there.
SoFi just did their round of interns, so I think it'll open up again next year, but just keep your eyes peeled and see what gets posted.
Another question? Next time, right? Oh, one more, good. You know, we have a series. I want to see all of you next time, next week.
Hello, I'm Eric. I'm a sophomore here. Where would you find opportunities
The career fair. That's where I found mine, and I found so many other ones that I applied for, so definitely go to those and apply right away.
We have a new career coach, Tapia, and she is assigned to Collins, and here she is. And she's really assigned to Collins, and she's not new to Cal Poly. She's worked at the Career Center for a long time. She'll be a wonderful asset to you. I want her office so full, we need a second, okay? So, Seal will be your first stop. How's that for instant answer? Good? Okay, so the provost and the president have a little gift for the alumni. You know, we like to keep them close. I'm coming your way, we're gonna have a little photo.
Oh,
Okay, we're gonna each give them one and they're gonna wear it.
Oh,
Okay.
Thank you.
thank you. Oh my goodness.
Okay. We're gonna stand by them for a photo op. I love that. That's cool. Thank you.
Thank you, President Coley,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Margarita.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Love the hat.
Okay, so, think fast.
Oh.
Bella, what's your favorite Collins memory?
Going to Innovation Brew Works after class.
In one word, what does hospitality mean to you?
It means friendships.
Connie, what's your favorite work memory?
Probably working the Super Bowl.
In one word, what is hospitality to you?
Connection.
Margarita, what is your proudest accomplishment so far?
Being recognized from a company level as the loss prevention coordinator of the year last year.
Congratulations.
Thank
And
you.
in what word, what does hospitality mean to you?
Family.
Okay, please help me thank these wonderful alumni for their time. I want to give Stella again to Carolina for the idea around this Inspire series, and I want all to fill. Next Thursday, we will be in the demonstration auditorium working on tourism. We have Christina Safari and Dardarian and Sarah Chen. Sarah works in the destination management organization space, and Christina has worked in hotels and events, and she's currently working in the airline business. So each week we'll have a really great opportunity for you. Grab your kettle corn, grab your popcorn. Thank you, Chef Mooney and Stephanie again for the food. Have a wonderful afternoon. Have a wonderful Labor Day. Thank you for coming.
Oh.
You guys did